Hey! Oh, jeez, I went too far. So this is going to be an interesting video. I was scrolling on Twitter and I stumbled upon an interesting post right here. If it's not obvious what this is an interesting OLED display that's... It seems to be just like only a display by itself. It's double-sided. It's flexible. It was kind of interesting to see that someone just, had this display that you could hook up to anything and have whatever displayed on it. In another post from the same person, they actually showed the exact product, or at least a similar product to what they used, if that can focus at all. I'll probably have to just show this properly in post. Oh wait, there we go. You can see here, it's a flexible OLED display made by a company called WiseCoco. And so after a bit of research, I managed to find on AliExpress the WiseCoco store. And it's probably a little hard to see here, but if I scroll down, you can actually see that they have a bunch of similar products, including, if I go down far enough, probably, the flexible display that they showed that was on Amazon. Now, the problem with this flexible display is it is like $300 to $500. I don't have $300 to $500. But if I scroll down even more, I can find some, still OLED, but for way less, but they're not flexible, but that's whatever. Because I had an idea. I am due to go to Las Vegas in about a month for TwitchCon 2023. And so I had an interesting idea. What if I had that display to go over my badge so that I could have maybe my VTuber model or my logo or whatever, or both, some kind of video or animation playing on top of my badge. And so I kind of thought, I have my badge still from last year, so I'll be using this as a template and hoping that the dimensions still kind of line up. If not, then oh boy, I am in trouble. And I'm going to be basically trying to replicate the image here so that it'll fit over, and then when the time comes and it arrives, I will paste it over. I don't know how I'm gonna exactly do all this, but I'm probably gonna have the screen over the badge. I'm gonna replicate whatever it's covering, and then I'll just have a video playing. Now there's definitely a lot of things I have to overcome to get that working, but I think it'll be interesting. So I ordered one, and it's been a few weeks, so I don't know when it's gonna arrive. It said estimated to arrive October 4. It is now, I check my watch, September 20. So we still have a bit of time. Luckily, I'm not due to go until like October 18, so that'll at least give me some time, if it arrives on October 4, for me to experiment with things and see if I can come up with something. One of the main ideas I had was to just have a video file and then run it off another phone here. I have a spare phone. I'll have it run off this phone, because I do remember that at least Samsung phones, you can use a display output. So I'll just have that plugged into the screen and it'll just play a video. But I don't know. We'll see when it gets here, and then I'll experiment with it and see how that goes. Little update. I swear you can't make this shit up. Just as I was recording that last bit, I got a notification that I had a delivery. And after a bit of confusion because of it saying it was delivered, but then it's not there, and then later on it eventually shows up, here it is, the display module. So this is the OLED panel. It's not flexible, so I have to be a little careful, but it's perfectly fine by me for what I'm using it for. And this is also the control board, or at least two. We got the, I guess like a little motherboard with a daughter board. This one is where the display plugs in with the little cable. It goes into here, and then this is where you can provide power and HDMI signal. If this camera will focus again, please. Yep, right there. So yeah, I guess time to get to experimenting. So as you can see here, the idea is this is supposed to just go over my badge, like so. So that means everything that's underneath the panel here, so all that, including the TwitchCon logo, my name, the affiliate tag, everything underneath it, I'm basically gonna have to recreate. But still, this is cool. So yeah, time to get to experimenting. Okay, so one stream later, because I was planning to stream today, we now have time to test all this. So yeah, let's get to it. So the setup looks actually pretty much relatively simple. It's just connect this end here to this board. So let's see if I can one-hand this. I'm a little scared though, because I don't want to break it. Okay, so that's connected there. So now I just need to plug in HDMI and micro USB power to this thing. So now after some time, I managed to find a USB micro B cable, not USB-C. I think this is a bit of an older model, so that's probably why it's micro B. Kind of sucks though, because micro B is like kind of a bad connector. It took me a while to find it because everything I have here is USB-C. But I also got a HDMI cable that's connected to my computer right now. I don't have a converter for my phone. The plan is to use my phone, but for now I'm going to use just my computer for this. Perfectly fine. And I also have a power bank here. The reason why I'm using a power bank is because the idea is if I'm going to be using it in a convention, I obviously won't just have it connected to like a wall or something all the whole time. So I'm going to try with the power bank and hope it doesn't fry. If it does fry, I'm fucked. Okay, everything's all hooked up, so the only thing that's left to do now is to connect the power bank. A little something like that. That's on. Green light. Hey, look at that, see? It works. And it actually loaded up in port, or was it port? Yeah, I think landscape mode. Which is kind of interesting that it loaded up like that automatically. So now, if I just go on my computer here, it's actually, it's a little hard to show it on camera, but here, in front of me, it looks really good. Like, it looks almost like, you know, basically like a phone screen in front of me, which is insane. It's AMOLED, I believe. If I'm not being lied to, it's AMOLED. So it should be really good. So now the only thing that's left to do now is take my old con badge and just align it something like that. So here we can definitely see what I have to recreate. So I'm just using this as a template for now. Once I get my actual badge, I will have to fix this. But for the meantime, I'm basically going to be like just basing it off of this. So that means I need to do white, outline, yellow, inline. So I'm going to have to do that on my end here. I can definitely see here that I'm actually getting somewhere. So I'd say the white border is about correct. I think. Yeah, it looks about almost aligned basically. So it's mostly just the pink part that I need to fix up, which is pretty easy to do, honestly. Oh, there we go, see? Look, easily replaced. Obviously, I think this is a lot brighter, the yellow, because of course this is coming from a screen. So I think I might need to, I don't know, like, could I like just apply easy like filter over it or something? Okay, so since this actually kind of works pretty well, the next thing I need to do is a lot of recreation of the badge. So that means I'm gonna have to recreate a lot of the text here. Basically here I just need to recreate where it says affiliate, my name, and TwitchCon there. I need to just make sure to see how much it actually covers up though. And it looks like going from edge to edge, it basically like blocks off the entire name. Like, yeah, it blocks off the affiliate, it blocks off my name, it blocks off the TwitchCon logo. So I'll have to figure out the fonts for all of these. Yeah, fun stuff. Okay, after about 1,000,000,000 years, it fits. It looks pretty good if you ask me. Now it's just a matter of getting it to be seamless, but it looks really good, actually. Now all that's left is to get an adapter for my phone and bring it to Vegas. Okay, so it's been a while since the last time, but I ordered some things, cables and a USB-C hub to use with the phone I'm using at the convention. Let's try this out. It's plugged in. It's only flashing blue though. It's not turning on, so maybe it's not sufficient power. Okay, so I don't know what it is, but the screen works, the display works still. Hub works. I plugged it into my other monitor before and it did work. That means there's something that this phone just doesn't agree with when it comes to the display. I could try with my main phone here, but my hopes are not high. Let's see. And oh, text popped up. Okay, so it worked for a second, But now, as you can see when I do stuff, it kind of hangs. That's not good. Okay, it's a slight update. It does output on the display now. Problem is, it's outputting at an odd resolution because the phone isn't 16:9. So that's a bit of a problem. But it works with my S22, but not my S9, which is a problem. I don't know what to do. Okay, so it's another night. So let me explain where we're at now. So, the USB-C hub, I don't think it's gonna work at all. It crashes this phone completely. Main phone, you can only mirror and it's not the right resolution. I tried with the iPad. For some reason I would get a pink screen, which is odd. Only with this display though, when I connect it to a monitor it's perfectly fine, so I don't know what's going on. But I did get something working with this. This is an old Raspberry Pi 3, I believe, 3B Plus, that I had for one of my classes a long time ago. And it does work, but there is one issue. As you can see, it only runs at 720p, barely even 30 FPS. But I did find there is a different OS I could try using that's more optimized for videos, so hopefully I can get a better frame rate at least for this. But at least this works. So I'm gonna try that. Okay, it's the next day, and progress? It works. It's now on. I just have one little hiccup. When I reboot the Raspberry Pi, it does load the video automatically and it loops, thankfully. The issue is, if I either unplug or replug the Raspberry Pi, let's say it loses power to power cycles, we have this issue. You can see if I press a little button here, it will cycle the screen, and it's still the same. Even for the video. See, video up here, this is down here. Why? But if I type in reboot, there, see, works normal. So I have to figure out how to fix that one now. Okay, so here's my idea. By running code, it says get RSTS equals 1000. Let's do a quick reboot. Okay, now we run it again. It's different. So that means it's 1000 when it's powered on, and 1020 when it's been rebooted. So that means I need to write a quick script for this. So a simple little script here just runs the command, says it's a variable, if it equals 1000, then it'll reboot. If it doesn't, then we're good. So let's try it out. Okay, so then this, just quickly end that to the .bash rc script, took away the video playback, and just out of the power test, we can see, I guess we'll find out. And didn't work. Fuck. So it turns out it says the file doesn't exist. That means I typed it in wrong. Crap. Okay, let's try this again. There, get the weird screen. Let's run the script again. It's rebooting now, I guess. Okay, it's suddenly powered off. But the mouse came back on, keyboard's on, and it works. And it says hi. Okay, so just one more last thing to fix. Modify the script a little, so that way instead of saying hi on boot, it'll play the video. Let's do one more test. There we go. It works. Oh my god. So much work. So now that this works, all that's left now is to pack it all together. And I have something for that. I got a passport holder that can hold the whole badge, and hopefully can hold everything else. The idea is all the circuitry for the screen will go inside this badge holder. I'll have the Raspberry Pi in my bag. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Okay, so it's been a while since I last worked on this, and this is now broken. While setting it up, it broke. Unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore, so this is dead in the water. You might see that the lights are a bit of cracks, but that's because I kind of abused it after I realized it's dead. So it's kind of mad, so what can you do? Good news though, we got another one. Unfortunately, this one's not an OLED, it's just an LCD, but I had to make do. Ordering a new one would take like, if I ordered another OLED, it would not arrive on time. Now power to the Raspberry Pi. Green light. Oh. We have something. I don't know what that was. Okay, so I think it's doing the same issue the other screen was having. Our first time power on, the screen would kind of glitch out. So we have to wait for a reboot first, before you can see this fully work. It's still not getting a signal. This is kind of stressing me out. Okay, it's been a while, still no signal. But I have a theory. I think because this screen is not 1080p, just like the other screen. This screen is a 2K screen, so I think I need to reconfigure it from 1080p to 1440p. I said 2K earlier, I don't know why. Let's fix that. It's been a while. I have to travel to Vegas in about 2 days. It's Monday, I leave Wednesday. And well, here we are. It's working again. This is the new screen, by the way, not the old one. The solution was actually stupidly simple, and I'm mad, because I would use like Raspberry Pi 3 and a Raspberry Pi 4 to try to get this to work. But the solution? My phone with this USB-C hub. Now, the reason why I'm mad is because I actually initially tested this using an adapter, but the problem I had was it wouldn't work with Samsung DeX, which was the initial plan, and then when I tried to mirror the screen, you can see there's little edges on the end of the screen, and that's not what I want. It really doesn't look good. And nothing I did worked, so that's why I gave up on the phone idea. If I play a video right now, you can see there's edges, but if I open it in a video player, it fills the whole thing. Solution easy. So I didn't have to waste my time with all those coatings I did in the Raspberry Pi, which annoys me. But here we are now, with a very simple solution. I hate it. Now there's just one final issue, and that's the matter of the phone. Because here's why. Right now you can see it's working, but let's say my phone disconnects from the cable, and then once I plug it back in, we have this mess. Yeah, it kind of just sticks like this for a while, but after some time it'll eventually catch up. So probably in a moment you'll see it like go to normal. See it stop flickering so much. And then there. But I really don't want that weird flickering issue, and also I'd like to use my phone here. The idea was to use an older phone for this, but that comes with its own problem. So when plugged into my S9, here's the issue I have. It turns on, no flickering, and then in a second, off. And it will continuously repeat this I've tried this with an iPad too, and it doesn't work either. So, it's not a problem. But, weird solution to this. And if I were to play the video, there we go. So, okay, here we go. It's all in here. It's a little heavy, but you can see, here it is, all in the case now. It all works. And it's still playing the video. Oh, dude, I'm so proud of this. This works. All that's left now is to bring to TwitchCon. And also I need to pray that the badge is still the same. Yeah, it works. So, I'll see you guys in Vegas. Okay, so I'm recording this after I recorded my goodnight message for the vlog, which is kind of funny, because we actually have a tiny issue here. So, for the TwitchCon badge, I was using this as my, point of reference. So I was basing everything off of this for the screen idea. But now, with the new badge, this is the new badge. Orange. We got 2 layers here. The screen, and they're kind of bubbled. And there's also an icon on one side, so I have to shift it over. So I have to make some adjustments for this. It's not too bad. Just, quick changes. I got everything with me. Even got my laptop with me here, so I can change everything here. So yeah. See you tomorrow when I hopefully have the screen working for this. Oh, thank you. Yeah, just a little LCD screen.
Oh, very nice, yeah.
Thank you. Oh man, so we're back from the convention. It's been about a month since then, and I gotta say, I'm actually quite glad that things turned out pretty well for the badge idea thing. Here it is now. I don't have the screen on because the thing is quite fragile, so to be honest, I didn't want to keep it on all the time. And also, I like having my badge at my desk, actually. Just kind of like have the memories. So yeah, it's just kind of there. So kind of just a brief rundown of events that happen with everything. So this is the original screen that I used for this whole thing. And it stopped working. I don't know what exactly died. But, it did die eventually, and then I got quite mad. So I'm not sure if you can see, the camera can show it pretty well, but it is cracked quite a bit. Ignore what's on my monitor there, please. But yeah, it is cracked a bit now because I was mad that it didn't work anymore. So I did, trash that. So I got another one. This is the new one. I think this one is quite different. It kind of sucks though because this is an OLED panel. This is an LCD panel. So while in the end, it still served its purpose. This one looked a lot better. Like it looked like in a phone screen. It looked so good, and I'm so heartbroken that it didn't work. But what can you do? It did work initially, when I was here at home, and then when I set it up at TwitchCon, it did work pretty well. I was able to show it off to people and everything. But I did run into the issue that it seems that now the ribbon cable is a bit fragile. So the only way that it works now is if it's bent back to the back of the screen here, like to this back plane. And if this cable is held down, like I remember I had to tape down the cable so that it would stay. That's when it would actually basically be almost perfectly stable. So yeah, quite a lot of trickery with this, but you know what? At least at the end of the day, this works. And I'm so happy and so mad at how easy this was. And to be honest, you know what? I think it was worth it all in the end, even though it's quite painful. It did work out in the end because everyone who saw it said it looked super cool, and that just made my day so much. They're like, yes, all the effort I put into this, and people are loving it. I think what made it even cooler was when I passed by, like, I think it was like Christopher Yee, like his booth, and then he saw, he's like, oh, that's cool. I was just like, yes, internal victory. Just internally cheering. I was so happy. But yeah, so now it just kind of sits here, the screen. I think I'm already quite past the return date for this. But to be honest, I think I might keep it. I don't know if I'll use it in the future for another badge, but I think it'd be a cool idea to use. The thing that just made this possible is the fact that this badge is very simple. It was just, you know, single color, white border with these here for the titles. But if I grabbed another badge, like here, this is my badge from Fan Expo. This is a lot harder to replicate. Like, whether you do the front side or the back side, it's quite difficult to replicate, especially because, you know, what I had to do for TwitchCon was get the badge the day before the convention, go to my hotel, and then fix it that night. Because the badge was basically a similar layout, I was able to just replicate it quite easily, just had to make a few adjustments, but in the end, everything was fine. But yeah, at the end of the day, everything worked, and I'm so happy. So yeah, I hope this was somewhat entertaining for you to watch and to kind of see this kind of idea that I had that came from a random post I saw on Twitter. Maybe, I don't know, like, because I'm not an expert on electronics and stuff, so I can't really like try to wire this up to be more clean looking compared to the way it was in TwitchCon. Because to be honest, like having everything just in this little passport holder, which is that's what this is. This is not a badge holder, this is a passport holder, because most badges for conventions are this size. This is the TwitchCon badge. It is significantly larger. Also, I just kind of noticed it's the perfect width, but not the right height. So this would still be too big for this anyway, so I wouldn't be able to do it anyways. I hope this was somewhat entertaining for you guys. I hope my misery was entertaining. Also, don't forget to watch the video for the convention. You can see that one, because I believe this one I'm going to post after the convention video. But yeah, watch that first, okay? Bye.